Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Mars and Barnsey. We've got here what I consider to be an absolutely amazing image from the European Space Agency. The information data in it is just unbelievable, and unfortunately guys, it's not going to be a short video. There's that much data and information in it, I can't really do it justice in a small video, in a short video, because there's that many different anomalies, if you like, anomalous structures in it. But I'll try and make it as short as possible. Its title, the image title, is Phelgra Montes, the southern tip of Phelgra Montes, which apparently is near the Elysium volcanic region of Mars. It was taken by the Mars Express orbiter at a resolution of 15 meters per pixel, which is 55 plus meters per pixel. And the first area of interest that I'm going to show you is this here, which on first glance might look like natural features like hills, but I can assure you it's quite the opposite. What we're looking at here are artificially enhanced natural features. Maybe they might have started out as natural hills, but the culture that lived here altered and changed them to make their own cultural references. Now, why they did this, I don't know. I've got some ideas, but they're literally only, my interpretation of them. But I'm just going to show you the actual physical anomalies, and then you can make your own mind up as to what it might mean. So that's the area there. So if you just come out of that, I'm going to just show you very quickly that particular feature again in close up, okay? Because what I think we're looking at here is two individuals, right? We've got a smaller individual here. You see his head, you see his body, and there's his thigh, his knee, and his leg coming down here. Okay, so his head, his body, his thigh, his leg, and this area may be his arm. Okay, now here, looking down on the smaller humanoid, there's a bigger humanoid here. This guy, you see his round sloping forehead, he's got a big nose, he's actually got a smile on his face, there's his eye, and that's his head there. Okay, so we've got two humanoids, a larger one in a dominant position looking down on a smaller one. That's what I initially see. There's much more in the image, but that's initially what I see. This here is actually a dome. Okay, this is like a dome. Because you're looking nadir directly down onto it, it's hard to make out, but it is actual like a mound or a dome. It's even got an entranceway. Can you see that? Into it. This area here is like a platform outside. So if you were standing here, you could walk into the dome. This is the dome, but it also forms the body of this individual. So it's a dome, circular top on it, but it's artificial. There's the entranceway, and you can walk into it. So although these were works of art and of some cultural significance to the intelligent civilization that built them, they were also practical as well. It's where they lived. Like there's roads here, there's pathways, there's bridges, just very, very difficult to see because of the orange saturated colour. There's actually a structure here which I will show you in closer detail, and there's a pathway that comes down here and into the mouth. Okay, but I'll show you that closer later on. Let's just come out of that. Right, so the next image I want to show you is this, but I've darkened it up so you can see maybe more details in it. I've tried to show them in as many different details as possible. I don't know whether that's clearer for you. I think you can see the features a little bit better here. Can you see the eye, the nose, the mouth, the funny hair, the body? And you can see this guy with the big nose, the smile on his face is his eye, and he's looking directly and dominating the small individual. Can you see that? I actually think, it's only my interpretation, I mean, but I actually think this guy here is wearing some kind of thing on his back. That's how it's portrayed, and these here are like tubes that go into this backpack that he's got on. But that is purely my interpretation of why his back is so rounded. Okay, you know, you can have a look at it and make up your own mind on it, to be honest with you. Anyway, let's come on to that. Okay, so that is that feature there. Two humanoids, one in a dominant position overlooking a smaller humanoid. The next feature I want to show you is 21 kilometers, 22 kilometers from the two humanoids. Okay, and I call this the Martian Sphinx because I think that's what it looks like and what it resembles. Sorry, used the wrong one. So here is the Martian Sphinx, and as you can see, they're in very close proximity to one another. It's like I say, it's about 21 kilometers between them. Okay, but this is the second feature that I want to show you. Now this is about 2 to 3 kilometers in length. That's how long it is. And again, that's the same. These are about 2, 3, 4 kilometers in length. So they're absolutely huge, but that's how close they are. Okay, but this is the second feature I wanted to show you, and I call this the Martian Sphinx, and you'll see why now. So just let me close that. Okay, so I'll just show you a close-up image that I took of this Sphinx-like structure. You'll see where I'm coming from in a minute. Okay, so that's it there, completely unenhanced, exactly as it was downloaded from the SO web page, and it actually consists of 3 areas. Okay, the main area is the actual Sphinx itself. So here we have its head, neck, and then we have its front paw, which comes round, and there's about at least 3 fingers on the front paw. Then it comes its body, and I'm doing that deliberately there, by the way, because that is like that's being cut out of the side of this rock. Okay, because there's carvings in there. This is its back leg, comes up and then down, yeah, and there's its other leg, comes out here. Okay, so if you were walking here, you could walk up its leg and use that as a bridge to get on top of this structure. Okay, and this here is separate. This rock is separate. Okay, so it's not one single giant sphinx, it's actually two. This looks like, it's like a lion's head here. It's in the shape of a lion's head, and here it's got like an entranceway, a cave, and you could actually walk. I don't know whether, well, you could walk through that to the opposite side. Yeah. Okay, let's have a little look at that in colour. I've done one in colour so that you can see the details maybe just a little tiny bit better. It's not a very realistic colour, but you should be able to see it a little bit better. I hope you can anyway. So there's that lion's head I was talking about here, and you can actually see the opening there. There's even like a white area here which is like in shadow, and there's like structures on it. Very hard to see, but there are structures. There's the snout here, comes round. Very, very unusual, and it's on this platform or space, and the main sphinx's head is carved into the side of that platform, and you can just see structures here like round, and it's like a mouth area there. There's its neck, and then we've got the body again. Can you see the way the leg comes up, raises off the ground and then comes down? Can you see that? And there's the other leg here, goes back. I think it's the other leg. I mean, it's hard to see, but you see where I'm coming from. You can see that it's definitely anomalous. There's the fingers. You see that? Comes around like that. This here is like an alcove. Just let me get a marker. This here is like an alcove that's cut into the side of the rock because it's very, very difficult to see. But I think there's like sculptures in there, like faces or statues that have been sculptured into the side of the rock. Okay, so we've got the line, the head of the line on this platform. Then we've got the main body of the Sphinx, and then we've got that alcove that's cut with what look like faces within it. It's all artificial. Okay, so we just come out of that. So that's the second anomalous object. So we just go back to our main image again. Okay, so if we just increase the magnification on that, and you'll see why I'm putting this all in the one video. It's gonna be a long video, but you'll see the reason why soon. So there's the two humanoids, and there is the Sphinx. Now there's another one. There's another anomalous feature here, and at first you might be saying, well, what's he on about? So it's an anomalous feature and there's nothing there, but there is, and I'll show you now exactly what I mean. So what I'm looking at is this here, and what I think that is a bird of prey. Yeah, and again you can see it's not a million miles away from it. I'll tell you what the distances are in a minute. So we've got 1, 2, 3 anomalous objects, all within 21 miles of each other. Okay, now I'll just show you this bird of prey in close up if I can. It's hard to see this, but I'll do my best. I did enhance, or not enhance it, but I just darkened it up, this particular object, or geoglyph might be the correct term. Okay, I don't know whether you can see that better. I know it's hard, it's difficult, and it's very frustrating, to be honest with you, because you know it's there, you can see it, and it's hard to convey to people exactly what you can see, because it's hard to bring out on a format like this, but I'm trying my best for you. Okay, you can actually see the head, if you like, or the beak of the bird there, yeah, and here you can see its feathers. See these lines and ridges here coming down? These represent the feathers, the open feathers of the bird. Can you see that? It comes around this way. So I think that is a representation of a bird of prey. I'll just show you it in the original colour again, and it's right above the arrow. You know, you can see the feathers, you can see the wings. So it may have been a natural feature. You know, lava flow or some kind of fluid has created these ridges, and then this culture has looked at the area and thought, well, that would make perfect location for a bird of prey, because we're already halfway there. We've already got the beginning of birds' feathers. So I think they were, you know, they were artisans who were absolute geniuses who did this and used the natural flow of the land to create these sculptures. But I know it's difficult, but I do think that's what we're looking at here. I don't think it's any coincidence. You can see the head, the beak, see the beak, the mouth's wide open here, yeah, and then you've got the wings, you know, and the feathers rather, coming down this way. Okay, so just let me close that. So that's 3 anomalous structures, all within a very short distance of each other. Now, the reason why, I'll just open this up again for you, because I'm going to show you why I kept all these in together and not split them up to make a smaller video. I was saying to you that they're all within short distance of each other, but the fascinating thing about them is that, say you take the measuring tool and place it here and bring it down from the 2 humanoid figures to, say, here, the center of that, what I call the Sphinx. Okay, now I don't know whether you can see at the top here, it's got distance 3.575. okay, now I've just approximately drew that line from the center of the 2 humanoids to the middle of the Sphinx. Yeah, just let me make that smaller. So if you do the same for the bird, from the 2 humanoid figures to the head of the bird, we get exactly that's 355. I got 357 for the original distance, but they are exactly the same distance. The Martian Phoenix, right, this anomalous structure, and the bird of prey are exactly the same distance as each other to the two humanoid figures, and I mean exactly the same distance. There's no difference in them, as far as I can make out with the tools that I've got here, and that cannot be a coincidence in any shape or form. So you've got two humanoid figures, you've got the Martian Sphinx there, and then you've got this bird of prey, and the Sphinx and the bird of prey are both 21-22 kilometers distance, but it's exactly the same. Exactly. I just can't believe that. So now we've got mathematical figures, distance, measurement, confirming that there's some kind of relationship between these three anomalous structures. So we've got the actual appearance of them, two humanoids, the Sphinx, the lion's head, the bird of prey. We've got the physical appearance of them, we've got the geographical location of them, all within shouting distance of each other, and we've got that measurement that is, as far as I can see, exactly the same. The bird of prey and the Martian Sphinx are exactly the same distance from these two humanoid figures. No coincidence, that can't be. Plus it does make a triangle, right? But this side here is not equal to these sides. Okay, there is a difference. So if we measure the head, so from the head to here it's a much smaller, so it's like 3, whereas the others were 3.5. but as you can see, there is some kind of relationship. Anyway, let's leave that for a minute. Now the next anomalous structure that I wanted to show you is this, but I've got to turn the image around 180 degrees so that you can see it. It's dead weird, really weird. Okay, so if we just go back here, so we've got the two humanoid figures, right? Now here is a structure. Remember I said earlier on about that pathway that comes along into the mouth? Well, here is a structure, like a pyramidal type structure. Okay, but what we'll have to do is just spin the image round 180 degrees, which I'm going to do now. I'm sorry this is a bit cumbersome, but you've just got to bear with me. There's that much information in this image. I'm just doing the best that I can to get it across to you. It's amazing. It's an amazing image. Now this is upside down now, if you like. I've spun it 180 degrees, yeah, and the structure I was trying to show you before will become slightly more apparent now. It's not very clear, I must admit, but I'm just going to do my best to show you what I mean. So here is the small humanoid there. and here is the big humanoid, both looking at each other across there. Yeah, and just in front of them is this pyramidal type structure. I'm going to just get a closer image for you, because that's no good, it's too pixelated. Okay, so if I just come out of that and I'll open this. Okay, I think this is slightly better, only just, but slightly better. Now that pyramidal type structure is here. That's it there. You can actually see the legs on it, and it's got cross beams coming across here, and it's got the top on it. Okay, now this actual image is weird, and I mean weird. It's the most bizarre thing I think I've ever seen on Mars, and I've seen some funny things. I've seen some very unusual geoglyphs and pictographs and whatever, but this has got to be one of the weirdest. I know first glance it doesn't look like much, but I'm going to show you exactly what I mean when I say it's weird. Just let me close that. Okay, now what we seem to be looking at here is a mixture of structures, roads, bridges, buildings. There's everything here. It's like it's a city. It's basically a city, but there's also integrated into the city and utilising the practical things like the roads, the bridges, the tubes, the buildings, and they've put them in such a way as to produce artistic designs like faces and like a story, if you like. I mean, it's no coincidence that this structure here is next. That this structure here is next to the two humanoids that are here upside down, is it? It can't be. But it's even more bizarre because I'll start at the top and I'm making my way down and see if you can see what I can see. I just think it's so weird. Like here you've got what looks like an ear, right? Then you've got the top of the head here, and then it goes off. Okay, don't forget this is like a flat plane where people walk and there's buildings, there's all sorts, and then it comes down here, and this is the top of its jaw. You see that? You've got an eye here, you've got the eye socket here, you've got the other eye here, and then it's got a nose that sweeps round, and this nose is actually, again, like I say, it's an entrance. This is a flat platform here, and that's an entrance in and under the structure, but the artistic design of it is some kind of creature. Again, is its back, it comes down, its neck, and then this is its arm here. You see that? Yeah. So we're looking at a creature formed from the rock, that they've designed from the rock, but there's also actually buildings and structures here. Yeah. Now the reason why I say this is weird is because this creature, if you like, seems to be biting or chomping on the head of what looks like a man. I know this is weird, but you're just gonna have to just bear with me with it. It's dead weird, and you've got to incline your neck to the left for 45 degrees to see this. But here is the head I was talking about. They're actually structures and have been purposely shaped to present a face. This the head. This is the face. You've got an eye. You've got an eye here. And you've got a nose here. Then there's the mouth. It comes down there. And coming out of the mouth looks like streams or tendrils or tubes of some sort here. But what I think they are, these are a representation of like blood or gore or something coming from the mouth. Can you see that? I know it's weird, but that is exactly what we're looking at. Some kind of creature that's being portrayed by this culture, and it's biting on the head of this individual who looks as if he's I know it's ridiculous, but it looks as if he's bleeding from the mouth, and they've actually depicted this in an artistic way. It's dead weird. So if we just close that, I'm just going to go back to that. Okay, so again, can you see it? The head, the face with its mouth chomping on this face, and you can actually see the very faintly the like lines, the tendrils coming away from the mouth. Look like tubes. I mean, they might be tubes in practical reality for these people. They might have been bridges or tubes that they walk down to get from one part of the structure to another. But look at it, the way the mouth is open. It's so weird. Anyway, here, just come a little bit further down, we can see what looks like a face. There's one eye, two, and here we have the nose area. The nose is actually a structure. Can you see that? And these are like entrances, one there and one there. Then we've got the mouth here, and this platform here is the teeth. Can you see that? So can you? I don't know whether I'm hoping that you can see it. Can you see it? The face there, and there's actually another creature here next to it. You can see the outline of it there. That's its lower jaw, that's its mouth there, and you can see that. But these are all like structures and pathways. You can even see here like a dome, circular feature, and then a road. Can you see that? Comes round, and then the road goes in to this structure here, so you can walk under this. Can you see this? This structure like a pipe. It comes out and then down, and it's on like a pedestal. It comes up, and that's an entrance again. So it comes down this way. Can you see that? So that there is another entrance, and that looks like a bridge or a roof that comes down. We've got another entrance, and then there's structures around that. You know that face there. These are structures. So you can see the way it goes round. The eye structure, the nose is structure, the eyes are structure. They're eyes and stuff like that, but they're also structures. That's an entrance to a cave there. It's absolutely amazing, and there's that pyramidal type structure there. See, it's even got struts sticking out, and that's like I think that's the entrance there. But it's got struts sticking out. Anyway, I think we'll have to move away from that because it's just it's so weird. Anyway, I'll just close that. So we haven't quite finished with this yet, guys. There's still something else that I want to show you. I did say that there was a lot of information in it, and which there is. So if you come, so we come to the south, we can see very small, but here is like a face. It's eroded, it's damaged. There seems to be some kind of movement in it because it seems to have collapsed a lot. But you'll definitely be able to see what I'm trying to point out there, because I did make a magnified close up for you. Okay. Now I'm hoping that you can see it. It looks very metallic. This is unenhanced. I haven't done nothing to this image, but you can just see the outline of the face, and it's actually a structure. Okay, it actually comes down this way, and there's its mouth, which is open and then comes down here. You see that? And we've got one eye, two eye, and then we've got the nose region here. And then if you were standing here, you could walk into the mouth. So it's the entrance to a structure, but it's being made to look like a face. Like that combination of artistic design and practicality. I've done another one of that particular face, and I darkened it up a little bit. You might be able to see it a little bit better. Very metallic looking. And you see the way the sun's glinting off it, and you can see the way the mouth comes down. It seems to be lopsided. Now I don't know whether that was the way it was originally built, or it has suffered some kind of damage. It looks to me as if the top of it's been eroded and destroyed a little tiny bit. Although they have tried to obfuscate, see all this blurred section, they have tried to obfuscate this area. See all this here? There's all like crud, like, and here, can you see the way that's all blurry? There's all streaks of rubbish all over the place. I mean, this here could be like rebar. It could be beams, metal beam, and then its top surface has been worn away, eroded away, and we're just left with this what looks like vague, sinuous streaks. I'm not sure. Could be rebar. I don't know. But anyway, back to the main image. You can see the mouth here. Comes down, and then you can actually see the round shape of it with the eyes, the central point nose. I think it's artificial. I really do. I don't think you could deny that. And coupled with, you know, with all the other anomalous objects in this image, I don't think it can be denied that it is some kind of artificial structure. There it is there, you see. I think it's pretty clear, isn't it? You see the open mouth on it, and there's loads more in this image. It's absolutely full of stuff, but a lot of it has been hidden. If it just change the levels on this a little tiny bit, the colour, just to try and get a little bit more natural looking. There's like this area I found very interesting. I don't know whether it's very pixelated, you know, it's hard to see, to be honest with you, but I'll just a quick one here. This looks to me as if it's some kind of bunker. See here, don't know whether you can see the straight lines. They've tried to hide it. They really have tried to hide it. And then you've got like this entrance. It's in shadow, but I think it's like an entrance way. And then there's like a ramp, flat top here, the surface. And then here is like a round, again, entranceway into it. And this part is completely smooth, totally and utterly smooth. It looks so artificial, and these areas here have been flattened. You see that? Totally flattened. Here is what looks like a raised road. Yeah. And then you've got unusual lines here, which are most probably bridges and roads. But this here to me looks like a bunker, and it would have been facing the ocean or the sea at some point in this direction. They've tried to obfuscate it and they've tried to hide it, but you can see it. So let's go back to the main image again. So at first glance it just looks like natural, normal geological processes have formed everything here, but on closer, detailed analysis of it, we can see that this image is absolutely full of anomalous objects, and it does warrant a second look by professionals. I mean, I've done my best with it. I know you've seen for yourself. It's cumbersome, it's chaotic, and backwards and forwards, because it's very, very difficult to try and convey to yourselves exactly what I'm seeing here. You know, there's too many anomalous objects close to each other. There's all sorts in this image. There's even something which I'm not even gonna tell you what it is, because it's so weird that you would you'd most probably dismiss it immediately and think, oh, he's gone crazy. It's in the image, and it's right in front of you, but I'm not going to say what it is. If you can find it when you look at this image, please comment and tell me. It's in there somewhere. That's about all I'm going to say. I'll leave you with that little mystery, because I'm looking at these two objects and I know what I can see, but if I say what I think they are, then you'll just dismiss the entire video and you'll dismiss me out of hand as being bloody crazy. But I'm not going to say any more on that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I've done my absolute best to try and show you what's here. I know it's been a bit chaotic and a bit crazy, but as long as I get across to you that these images aren't just orangey red rocks and mounds and hills and ridges, we're actually looking at structures, objects, works of art of a civilization that once lived here. I'm absolutely convinced of that, and it would take a lot of convincing. You'd have to do lots to convince me that what I've just shown you were natural, because I don't think they are natural. And there's so much more in this image, but it's too subtle to really show you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I hope I've made myself clear. It's pretty difficult to get across to you what is here, but I hope it's given you a little bit of food for thought. Thanks very much for having patience and watching this, by the way. I know it's a long video and I do appreciate it. Please comment and tell me what you think, whether you agree or disagree. Everybody's got their own ideas and interpretations of what they're looking at, and I've given you a little tiny bit of food for thought here on what's actually here. Okay, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next video. Bye bye.